You are experiencing the Kathryn Dunn Show. With us today, we have Eric Prater, Matt Capazzi, Nick Stevens, my mom. I'm Kathryn Dunn, and with us again, as always, is Bull. All right, so we wanted to start this with a scene from a movie, but we then had a whole debate about should we be doing that? Is that somehow promoting, the big AMPTP people, companies, struck companies? Is it somehow scab work? So instead, and we can open this up to discussion if anybody wants to talk about whether doing a scene from a movie that came out, I don't know the year, so I'm going to say 87.
Yeah, 87, exactly.
Shut
I
up.
just looked it up.
Wow. So yeah, a movie that came out in 1987. Do you guys feel that that would be some violation of, would it be scab work? Would we be promoting struck work? Anything like that?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can speak of it.
Because
We're not gonna. We're not.
It would.
Movie.
I don't think so.
Oh,
Okay.
I got to tell you something about scab work.
Okay.
Not to do with scab work, but had to do with AI.
Mhm.
Apparently, I was watching the news, and DeSantis had an ad on television where he was where he's quoting, not quoting, but you're hearing Donald Trump speaking, and what he said was all artificially generated, and he never really said it.
Wow.
Was
So
he
now
making
they're
a
saying
point or just lying?
that it didn't matter.
Yes.
He
It-
might have
it
been
was all
saying
fake, more or less.
okay, it was all fake is what it was. So now they're saying they've got to do something because you can just create anything and put it out there on social media and on regular television or whatever for the ads, especially for the campaigns, that they can't do this AI thing to do that. So it really proves the point of what all the actors are trying to say. You can
Yeah.
just use their image, say what you want, do what you want, never have them, and it's all artificially generated. So hell no.
I think that artificial intelligence is going to make it easier for presidents because all they have to do is one TV thing at the beginning, and then they can just use that image and then manipulate it, and then they can just use AI for the rest of the 4 years.
Yeah, or
But
in
it's
the
not.
case
It's
of
not just
Melania,
that. Yeah, they're
or in the
saying
case of Melania, you could just take Michelle Obama speeches,
her words.
have a Melania deep fake do them, because that's basically what happened. But go on. What were
Well,
you saying,
how about when Trump did whatever it was, and it was really from Legally Blonde. He made some speech, and it had to do.
What the hell? Did I miss that?
Oh my God! Yes,
I don't know.
must
What
have.
I don't know.
I don't know
what
if it was his acceptance
Is
speech.
that a movie?
I don't know
what you mean. I don't know.
Yes, Legally
In
Blonde is a
Legally
Reese
Blonde,
Witherspoon.
is a Reese Witherspoon movie where
no
she
idea.
basically talks about how we're going to go forward and how we're going to go this and how we're whatever it was, and he took her words and he did it in one of his acceptance speeches,
Oh,
and it might
wow.
have been the acceptance speech for the nomination for something huge, and then they put it up and it was like they got her words, they got his words, and it's like, are you kidding me? He didn't even change words.
I mean, my favorite thing was when Melania was rickrolling
Michelle.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like,
that.
Donald Trump will never let you down. He will never give you up.
I had never heard that, but
He's never gonna run around or hurt you.
And I'm gonna be like, who hurt you, Melania? Who hurt you, Louis?
So
I would say a
now-
lot of people.
Now, supposedly, she, I don't know how true this is because with all the shit that's out there, who knows what's true and what isn't true. But the last thing I read on, my favorite news channel,
source.
Facebook, was how she said, sorry for you, I wouldn't want to be you, guy, or something like that.
So I would like
About
to say
his
one
troubles.
thing. Here at the Kathryn Dunn Show, we do not condone the use of Facebook as your only news source.
No, I'm saying that
It's
is
also
my,
an important moment to mention that we do not fact check while everything we say is
There
true.
you
We
go.
do suggest you do your own research, and the thoughts and opinions expressed on this show may not be the thoughts and opinions of the Kathryn Dunn Show. They may not even be the opinions of the person expressing them. We just say shit.
exactly.
Yeah, we're actually AI.
Yes, we are all
They
deep
don't even
fakes.
pay us.
Speaking of
No.
AI, I just wanted to go back to the strike thing. So for all of you out there that don't know, one of the reasons that there is a strike going on, the writers and actors strike, is because one, like I said, because of AI. So
Right.
basically, what the production companies want to do is they want to uh, like say for example, if I were hired to do a TV show or a movie, if I were hired as a background actor, they would want to pay me for whatever role I was doing as that background
One
actor.
a half day of
Half
work, so
day,
that they can
half
get
day
places
pay.
of you,
They
scan your
want,
body,
and then
and use you
they
in
want to
perpetuity.
scan my likeness and use that for perpetuity, meaning forever,
Yeah,
and I only get paid once for
no
that.
Half a day.
residuals.
Yeah, and they can use my image in any film or TV show that they wish without
Yes.
giving me future compensation.
And I'm sure it
Without
won't just be that. It will be the
or
higher
approval.
actors, like eventually, like they're already doing it with people who are deceased. And then people are like, oh, I'm so happy to see them again. But also, what does that mean in the future? And then think of even just the movie Caligula. Are y'all familiar with that?
No, never heard of it.
Like real actors, legitimate, like Helen Mirren, I forget who, but like real actors did real acting, and then they put in porn actors doing porn, so the real actors look like they're doing porn. Caligula, look it up.
No.
Yes, and Helen Mirren and other like notable actors whose names are not coming to me right now.
Oh my
And that
God.
was years ago, like the 70s, maybe 60s. I don't even know.
I do remember there was a Caligula way back then, but
I
that
mean, if
did
we're talking
not
about
go over.
Caligula
But there was
as
no
in,
AI back in the 70s.
No,
his-
it was just actual human porn actors and actual human actors.
Just
I
like
mean,
stunt,
if we're talking about
actors or something.
Caligula in history
Like a stunt
sense,
cock.
if we're talking about that in a history sense, I have heard of Caligula. If we're talking about that in a
There was a movie.
in,
There was a
in-
movie
in-
Caligula way back when.
if we're talking about that in a screen setting, I've never heard of it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, there was a
So I
movie
pulled up the
Caligula way back
IMDb.
when.
I pulled up the IMDb page.
So
for Caligula.
everything that involves TV or movies, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Nick, what were you saying?
I pulled up the IMDb page for Caligula.
Yeah.
The cast is amazing, but it's Malcolm McDonald, Peter O'Toole, Helen Mirren,
Yes.
a bunch of other really famous people, including Joss Ackland from Mighty Ducks fame.
Easily the biggest star on the bill.
But yeah, the cast is unbelievable.
Yeah. And then again, they saw the movie after, like, wait, what? We didn't do this, and now it looks like we did this. And that was before you could totally deep fake. Even more recently, when AI was kind of just starting out, I want to say it was Jordan Peele took Obama and he did an Obama speech that Obama had never done, just to show early on the dangers of this technology.
Yeah. So they're trying to do now something. They need to pass it before the election, whatever, to specifically, you cannot do this but this is going to be out on social media. Now, I don't know that that's going to succeed, because then Zuckerberg and what's his name, the other guy, Musk, are going to go with free speech. I can do whatever I want. It's my channel.
So a movie company can use the image of an actor. Would they get the actor's permission before they put their image in a movie, or they can just use it?
As of right now, that's the issue.
They want to
that's the issue.
Yeah, like they want that in the contract.
Yeah,
that's what they want. That's why they're striking.
And I want
they use a really good example of this guy who did extra work, and then people say to him, "Oh, I see you in this video game, and you're the something in the video game." He's what?
Getting killed.
Video game.
He's getting
killed
in it.
In the video game. And he's like, I never did that. So they're using his face and his image, because now they're using video games where they're so realistic. So
Yeah.
you have a real person's face, but he's not getting money from this video game.
Wow.
And keep in mind, as of right now, at this moment in history, if you are asked to do a role, they ask you, are you comfortable with this thing? Are you comfortable portraying a dead person? Are you comfortable
Yeah.
being killed? Are you comfortable doing nudity? Like all of that, you are asked for your consent at like at that call, at the initial, we need you for this thing. Are you comfortable doing this thing? Now, in the future, you could just suddenly be disgracing your whole family, just because you did a toothbrush commercial. Now you're doing other things.
So another thing
Yeah.
is that you didn't agree.
Now
to
you're
it.
getting killed and you're the Taliban guy.
That kind of turns the whole thing up on its head, because the way it used to be was, as an actor, you wanted as much visibility as possible. But it seems like visibility has gotten out of control, because now they can use your likeness wherever they want.
Yeah, we're
But
no
you
longer
have no
taking roles
control.
for exposure. We want the money too, and
Mhm.
consent.
Yeah.
We want to consent.
We want to, yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
about
you
consent.
can't put me in something that I didn't say I'm comfortable with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like me skinning animals. Oh no.
Yeah, like
Like,
me
wait.
eating a pizza with too many anchovies on it.
See,
Or me eating a pizza with pineapple? Never
Yeah.
would happen.
me eating a pizza with any meat and maybe even cheese, depending on my veganness on the day.
Oh, you enough with the veganness.
We're so
So
bad at it.
So on a scale from 1 to Birkenstocks, how vegan are you?
7.
Or it would be like me walking.
Oh my
That
God,
they can
would be
do.
amazing.
That's an easy thing to do.
That was a joke.
I mean, they
But
did
that's an-
that with
But that's an
Superman.
easy thing to do.
yeah. Exactly.
That's an
exactly.
easy thing to do.
And
Yeah.
I remember at the time, people were upset by the commercial because they were so happy to see him walking, and they thought that medical whatever
Miracles.
advances
Science,
had
or-
created this moment, and they just found
Yeah.
out it was computers, and it hurt
Yeah.
people. I don't know why, but it did. Just to
And-
see
and-
like all those years
especially
ago, early
how
aughts.
how can it not? Especially people who are in wheel. Eric can answer to this. You're in a wheelchair, so you think there's something out there that's going to fix it, and there isn't. So your doctors are what, lying to you,
Yeah, only Superman gets the special treatment.
Yeah.
for example?
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, so I won't go into detail, but there are aspects about my disability as far as, some of my conditions. I have been told by one specific doctor, he's a specialist, that what he was treating me for in the past, I'm basically past that point. There's nothing else he can do for me. And he just kind of dropped me as a patient. Like, he's like, you're too far. I can't help you
Man.
with this condition anymore.
I'm sorry.
dear.
Are you able to, like, do you do water therapy at all? Hydrotherapy?
Just in the shower.
Okay. I
No,
don't know if
in
it
a
would
pool,
help.
would that make a difference?
What's that?
In a pool,
Do you-
would that make a difference?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't been swimming in like years, to be honest.
I know,
Even
but
though I
don't they
live
they do
close
that?
to a lake. What's that?
don't they do?
I don't recommend
where-
lake swimming. I do recommend pool swimming. Just
Well,
cause.
I mean, honestly, I don't, to be honest with you, I don't, I mean, okay, so basically I have 100% function of my upper body. My lower body is not fully like the strength wise is not fully there. I do have some movement in my legs and all that, but it's not, and that muscle is basically, it will not come back. It's basically atrophied, and it's where it's at is where it is going to always be.
So what
So, 'cause
happened? Were you in an accident, or is that a?
And are
What
you
is that
comfortable
from?
talking about it?
Yeah, I was actually in it was when I was a kid, I was actually in a motorcycle accident. It was in the newspaper, they dubbed it Grease Lightning.
Oh,
Stop.
Whoa.
I mean, we were talking about this before the show. That's the only reason I said stop. Because it's almost.
I'm playing.
They didn't. Okay.
I'm
Oh, good
playing.
one. Nice. Oh, Eric,
You
you
got
were
No
a
me
bit.
spitting. No spitting.
Keep getting me.
Yeah.
You keep getting me today.
See, that's what I'm saying about my like I'm deadpan. Like every time I
Yeah.
talk. Yeah, but
Yeah.
anyway, so the truth is, I was born with a birth defect called spina bifida.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but
That I do.
don't.
That is something I do know about.
But can't they give signals now to your spine?
How
Not that I'm
long
aware
ago
of.
did this doctor drop you?
Years.
Maybe go again, because I feel like at this point there's got to be something.
Well, honestly,
Like more something.
where I live,
Yeah.
I mean, there's not many specialists where I live. Like I live in like basically you could call it the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I get it.
I would
I know
need,
Florida
I would
has
need to
some
move
stuff.
to like for example, there is an awesome hospital that if I could go to, I would. And I believe it's in Minneapolis. It's called the Mayo Clinic.
Mayo
Have you
Clinic.
tried
Yeah.
writing them or contacting them or asking them?
It's not in Minneapolis. It's in Rochester.
Oh, okay, Rochester. Okay, yeah.
Okay, and if you were in New York, you would even have potentially free healthcare.
But there is a place in Minnesota somewhere that is a very leading, like they have like the leading doctors for that certain specialty in somehow. I'm wanting to say it's Minneapolis, but I could be wrong. But it's somewhere in Minnesota.
Well, no, the Mayo Clinic is in Rochester, Minnesota.
Oh, okay, Rochester, Minnesota. I thought you meant New York.
No, it's not in
I
New
also
York.
thought you meant New York.
Yeah.
No, Rochester, Minnesota.
Yeah.
is
That's what I
where
was
the
thinking. I
Mayo
was thinking.
Clinic is.
I knew it was Minnesota, but I thought it was Minneapolis.
Rochester. It's Rochester,
Okay.
Minnesota is where the Mayo Clinic is. And then there's
Okay.
another one there's another one that's also out there that's almost as high up as the Mayo Clinic. But you should check into pilot programs and maybe doctors that are testing to be a test subject for one of these, like John
Yeah.
Hopkins.
If you're
Hopkins might
comfortable.
have it.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable with that. And there's another one, not the Mayo Clinic, but something right up there with it. Cleveland Clinic, I think.
Yeah, the
I think it's
Cleveland
called
Clinic. Yeah.
Cleveland
They're really
Clinic.
good. And
Yes, and they might have something for that because
they're actually,
if it-
yeah, they're also one of the leading in their field for that particular specialty. But my problem is getting it.
Do you have health insurance?
I do.
Okay. I think
you should,
after this show, if you want
You
help,
should-
we should do some looking. Or
you should
definitely
look into being a test subject.
Not even
Because
just
you would-
ask around, because maybe
Well,
they'll.
I've never
Well,
been
clearly where he is, that isn't happening. But you
No,
should
I
look
think
into
the
it in those
problem is
places.
not the
because
the
I
spina
think
bifida,
now-
it's the location.
Yeah, I got
location.
that, but
Not
I
that it's not the
believe
spina bifida. I just mean I think that the location is adding to whatever complications, and I think other places could help you more, hopefully.
for
And it's
sure.
worth looking into at the very least, even if it's for nothing. Hopefully not for nothing, but even if it's for nothing,
Right.
it's worth just trying.
Yeah.
because I believe that there are things that they're doing now for the spine, especially. I did not realize it was spina bifida for the spine, where they're putting electrodes to give signals.
Yeah.
You should check.
I think that's right.
I could look into it, but I've never. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but I don't ever recall hearing anything about that. But I will look into it.
Yeah,
You
I-
ought to watch Grey's Anatomy.
But
Other
I
things that
was
tells you all
very
about
not real
medicine.
medical stuff. I
speaking
saw it
of,
on House. It's
but,
real.
okay, speaking of that though, so when I was born,
Just to clarify,
yeah,
our dear friend Lucy gets her medical information from Grey's Anatomy,
There you go.
her news from Facebook.
There you go.
She knows
Okay,
everything.
so
She knows
She's an
everything.
excellent source.
From
But
Facebook and Grey's Anatomy.
I do indeed fact check and know that later on, yeah, that's bullshit. But I do believe that there's so many advances in medical history
oh yeah, there is.
that would not be something, although I have not checked
Well-
on it, that would be something that could possibly be based on truth.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well,
Okay.
I will say the issue that I'm talking about, it actually has nothing to do with my spine. So that's it's
You're
another
talking
thing.
because now you're saying now because your legs have now atrophied because of the spine.
Yeah, but it's not spine related.
Right.
at this
Spinal
moment.
bifida misnomer is what he's saying.
It's never been spine related. Like I
No?
said, okay, because of my condition, or because of my what I have, because of what I have, there are multiple things that are I have multiple health conditions because of it.
Because of it.
And one of those conditions that the condition I'm talking about is not related to my spine at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would still check these
Just look.
But
places.
I have looked into, like, going back to what you were saying earlier about I have actually looked into the Cleveland Clinic, and they do have really, really good doctors up there. But like I said, it's just getting to the place.
Well, they might take you on just based
Yeah.
Oh,
on
they
your,
will. I've already taught you they will. But
Like
like I said,
sometimes they might even help you get there.
yeah, like pro bono.
they won't. I checked on that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that.
No,
Okay.
don't
Go
be
fund
sorry.
me.
It's all good. It's all good.
So
I mean,
we are.
What about a GoFundMe?
So one of my, I'm going to talk to a friend of mine who is a neurosurgeon, who's one of the top neurosurgeons in West Virginia, but he's a legit neurosurgeon, and I'm going to see what he can do to, if there's anything that he would be willing to recommend or do to help you. Because you seem like a good dude, and you know
Yeah.
what? There's no reason for you to be dealing with that shit.
Yeah, I think that doctor just put you in the wrong headspace, or just was wrong. Just
actually, what I think,
terrible.
well, basically, he told me that the reason there was nothing else he could do for me is because the situation, or the condition, the specific condition is too advanced for his knowledge.
Yeah.
For his
So it's just
knowledge,
out of his.
the key
Yeah,
is right
exactly.
there.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
key.
out of his yeah, like his range of, like, he's just a general,
Practitioner
well,
or
he's a
surgeon.
specialist, but he's not, he's a but he's a general specialist in that area. And he doesn't deal with patients that have my condition, if that
Yeah,
makes
I
sense.
think if you
Would
look,
would it help
Well-
to go to physical therapy?
No,
Past
it's
that.
nothing.
But-
It's nothing spine related. It's nothing muscle related.
Well, but it's neurological. So your guy, Nick, might be able to give him
Yeah.
some kind of.
or a
mm,
rheumatologist
I
even.
am messaging my buddy right now.
kind of, I mean, in a
Because
way.
Johns Hopkins is in Maryland, and that is not far from Virginia.
Right.
But see, I'm in West Kentucky, like at least probably 10 hours.
So you got to be close to Cleveland.
I'm probably
Enough.
about 6 hours from Cleveland.
Let me message this.
Mm.
All right, and tune in next week.
About 6 hours.
Yeah.
And we'll all tune in next week to see how this. I hope that there's a lot more to report on this next week. In the meantime, here's my segue. And because of all that with the producers, we've decided to share this instead. And Eric, whenever you're ready.
All right. One sec.
It'd be very exciting if your friend got back before the end of this episode.
Okay. So one thing about me is I like to write, and I've, since the age of 12, 13 years old, I've started when I was 12, 13, something like that. And I write mostly poetry. And so I wanted to read to you this is the very first poem that I ever wrote in my life. I was probably, like I said, 12, 13. So it goes. And it's at the beginning, it's like, it's going to sound cliche at the beginning, but anyway, okay, so roses are red, violets are blue, but a color is a color and a flower is too. If roses were blue and violets were red, it wouldn't change what they are, it would change their color instead. So before you judge a book, or should I say a flower, by its cover, remember, it didn't know what it would become, but just like you and I, it's unique. And in this world, there's no other.
That's wonderful. That was wonderful. That was a really nice way of putting it.
Very nice.
Thank
I
you.
like
And you were
that.
12? Bravo.
12, 13, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Bravissimo.
And it's obviously about racism, it's a what do you call it? What's that word? Whenever you take it's symbolism, but it's not symbolism.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking of.
A metaphor?
The symbol.
The roses, the color of the roses basically represent the color of your skin. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a
No, it
symbol.
just falls under do not judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Perfectly put.
Yeah.
Perfectly put.
I love it, mon ami. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
I was not expecting it to be beautiful. I was like, oh, it's going to be cute, edgy teen stuff. No, that was beautiful.
Oh, that is real. That was real good.
Yeah.
Cute, edgy.
And that's actually like that's the main thing that I write mainly about those type of issues. And it's kind of funny now that I think about it. What we were talking about before we started, we were talking about how like relationships and stuff. I write about that kind of stuff. I write mushy gushy love story stuff. So
That's
yeah,
because you're an empathetic good guy.
And
I try.
You know what? There's at least one good guy on our show. I'm gonna have to leave now.
look, Matt's a good guy too. You're all good guys.
You're all
You're
good
all
guys.
good guys.
And
Yeah,
good-
but I don't want that to be known about me. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Then just do
Don't let it
whatever
spread.
Bull does. No, I'm kidding.
What is that?
Why do we put up with Bull?
He's screaming at me.
Oh no
What's
no
that
no no
about?
no 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 no. Let me speak for Bull, okay?
Okay.
Let me speak. Okay,
Here you go.
okay.
I'm gonna call
Okay.
this segment "Mom Defending Bull."
No,
I gotta
no,
make
no,
up
no,
a
no, no,
card
no.
for it.
Mom is not defending Bull. Mom does this to Bull. Just so we're clear.
She did say
Okay.
that a lot in Florida when we were in the same space for
Oh,
10 days.
oh. Just so you know what this
Confirmed.
man has to put up with. You all don't understand the mailbag that's out there.
Here it is.
Stop
Here
it!
it is.
No, don't expose my secret.
We have content. We definitely have content.
No, you really, whatever you can fathom, just multiply that and know that this man puts up with that. So
Please,
Matt, I believe, Bull, I believe that you are a saint. Just
Well,
so we're clear.
Thank you. But that's not necessarily true. all
No,
the time.
I can attest to the
My-
not
my-
truthness
My
of that.
limits get pushed, but
I believe that that's the part where you're a bull, and
Yeah.
you can and you can just really you're stubborn enough to stick with it.
It does sound like a good time for another segment.
Wait, well, okay, never mind. Sorry.
It is Are You Aware and Do You Care with Nick Stevens. But Eric, what did you want to say before we go on? Because I want to know if Nick is aware of what you were about to say and if he cares.
He's not
No,
aware.
not aware of what.
But you're actually aware. Well, maybe you might be aware if you remember. Okay, so the week that I wasn't here, I was sick. You remember that? And
Yes.
I messaged like we talked
You're
about it.
missed.
And do you remember what everything
Yes.
I told? That is the issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I won't share it because clearly we're being vague on purpose. You are
Yeah.
not aware, Nick, but I believe you care.
I think you would care.
I believe you told me about this, didn't you?
Oh, you know?
No,
We'll
no,
talk
no.
about it later because we're
Yeah, we'll
being
talk
vague
about
on
it after. We
purpose.
can talk about it after. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have like what 7 people watching us now.
And they don't need
Oh
to
my
know.
God, there's 7.
7 what?
Actually,
We're
actively?
going
I
up.
think he's
We're
being.
going up.
Oh, 7.
Are you rounding
Yeah.
up?
But
You know
but
what?
you guys would be really amazed about the people that watch like right after it's over.
You know
It
what?
just starts adding up.
You
I
know
want to.
what's
I'm gonna
funny?
make.
Is that not one of us watching?
Tens of people. And I
We
love
have
each and
7
every
people
one of
right
you. I am
now.
not Doja Cat. I love each and every one of you.
You
Unless
know
you're one of
what?
my enemies.
You know why we have 7
Okay,
viewers
Nick.
right now?
I know you're
Because I am
probably
one of
aware.
them.
Because of
I know
my
you're
great
probably
mom.
aware,
That's
and
why.
yeah, Nick, I know you're probably aware, and I'm sure you care. But Spain, women, soccer, yeah.
Yes.
Did they
I'm not
win?
aware.
Did they win something?
Spain beat England 1-0 in Women's Soccer World Cup.
Oh wow.
The word you're looking for, Mom, is nil. It's 1-0.
Nil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Clearly is aware. He
Um,
clearly cares.
Yes.
Clearly.
So, my favorite thing that happened in soccer this month was that my brother went to the All-Star game in DC with his daughters, and they told me that the game, even though the game was supposed to last 90 minutes like every soccer game, the All-Star team scored 3 goals on the guest team in the first 15 minutes, and the
Wow.
game was basically over.
Oh dear.
Okay, I got one. Okay, Nick, are you aware that so we were discussing AI earlier. Are you aware that with the help of AI, scientists that basically monitor like that it has to do with space. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're scientists that astronomers or whatever they're called. Anyway,
Space scientists.
yeah.
They're
Um,
astronauts.
So with the help of
Space
AI,
science.
there has been a new near Earth an asteroid that they detected that is new, that is a near Earth. I'm not sure exactly what the terminology is, but it's basically a near Earth object, and AI detected it. That's the very like AI is like that's the first time AI has ever done that. So, so
AI
basically,
or a computer picked it up.
it was well, I guess it wasn't just AI alone. So I'm guessing that it had to do with like a telescope and computers and all that. But it was aided by AI.
All right, space science and robots have found an asteroid.
And it found an
Girl, look at
asteroid
that asteroid.
that is,
So-
I mean, it's not in danger of hitting Earth, but it is a near Earth object. That they found
Good for
using the
fucking them. I mean, I don't care. I'm happy that it's not going to hit Earth,
Yeah,
but good for fucking them. Like I
yeah,
said,
yeah. But I just thought it was kind of interesting because it was
No,
aided. They were aided by AI. And we
It's
were talking
cool
about like
and
all the things that
interesting,
AI
but-
could do. Earlier.
I don't understand how that could be AI. I can understand how it's a computer.
I don't understand either. I just know
No, because
that.
AI is when they're generating things and they're doing stuff. A computer, like how?
Well, that they programmed something. I don't really know. I mean, I honestly don't know the specifics. All I know is that it was AI assisted with computers and telescopes and whatnot.
Clearly.
It's detecting. It is doing something of intelligence, and if it's a robot, it would be artificial intelligence, right? Like to detect, diagnose.
Yeah. It
Like
was.
that
Okay.
sounds like it would be AI. I don't know.
It was
I
assisted.
watched Terminator 2 Judgment Day, and I still
Yeah.
don't understand why we're welcoming these robots.
Hey, Nick, are you
Yes.
aware that Lionel Messi joined the soccer club Inter Miami? And just last night, Inter Miami won the first Leagues Cup final in club history.
yes, I do, because I am a huge Messi fan. I am originally from Miami, so I support all Miami sports teams. except for the baseball team because baseball sucks. That's my personal opinion, not the Kathryn Dunn show's opinion.
Okay. Okay, so through this segment, so we know one thing about you. You love soccer.
I do love soccer.
Okay.
Football.
All right. That's a foundation.
Football.
That's a foundation.
Uh-huh.
All right. I know
Football.
sports things. Are you aware and do you care that The Blind Side the subject of The Blind Side was blindsided?
Yeah, I'm a little off on that one.
What do you
Yeah,
mean? You don't know?
No, I know the story. I don't understand it.
yeah. What Lucy said is my stance on that.
Yeah, I know the story and I know what it like. Basically, I get it. I understand. But the only thing I don't understand about it is why he waited so long to say anything. Is what I don't
There you
understand.
go.
You
Well, that
know,
is interesting. I do wonder why now it's coming out, but I'm sure there are completely valid reasons for why it's coming
maybe.
out now.
I mean, I don't know how long he's been retired, but maybe he wanted to wait till after he was retired to do that. I don't
He's
know.
looking for more income. What can I say?
I
It
don't
doesn't
know.
make it. No, apparently the conservatorship was still in effect. So
Yeah.
now they're releasing him from the
Oh, really?
conservatorship.
Even now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you can
But
have an adult. He was an adult the whole time, I think.
he was an
I
adult
would
even
think
then.
that
That's why
after
they
he,
could. The reason they couldn't adopt him was because
yeah,
he
because
was an adult.
he was an
So,
adult.
but they took him as conservatorship.
Yeah, but I
So
mean,
basically,
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to.
no, that was it. So they had him under concern. So they're now releasing him from the conservatorship, so he
Yeah,
can basically say whatever he wants. But what they're saying is, we all got the same amount of money for it.
yeah.
It's
And he's saying he
possible.
got none.
No,
But
no,
what I was just gonna say is I didn't know that he was still under that because I mean he's
yes,
a former pro NFL player and he went to. I mean, I would think that that would have ended a long time ago. Like when he
I
well,
joined
mean,
the
Brady was
NFL.
just under one.
he 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 was under it. They're releasing him now, but the thing is, they said they all got just 100,000 from that movie,
Yeah,
and apparently not residuals. So
yeah.
if that is true,
But
then
he's saying that is that their kids got residuals. I think, right?
they're
No,
suggesting that that is not the case.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
what I heard was not that. It was not what I read was that the father,
mhm.
the adult man who under the
Yeah.
conservative, he said something like, "We didn't make that much." Not we didn't take his money. We didn't make that much. And he also said something like the biological mother was in court. This to me does not seem like a human being. I don't trust these people to say the biological mother
Yeah.
was in court.
Well,
That is dehumanized. I think that's dehumanizing. I
he
don't
was
trust these people.
he was basically separating himself from the people like he was basically making it
People who murder people
non
talk about humans in that kind of distant,
yeah, okay, yeah,
disassociated way.
like an
Okay,
object, not a
okay.
person. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
Here's
yeah, like an object.
I don't trust them. Is what I'm saying.
okay. Here's the part. Here's the part where I'm having difficulty. Okay, they took him in as an adult.
Yeah,
Right.
That part is true.
yeah,
He signed on for this. That part is true. He went for the conservatorship. He was already an adult when he signed the conservatorship. And apparently he was excited about that. His initial thing was they portrayed the little kid as a little kid, and he wasn't so little at the time. When they showed the pictures afterwards, you saw that he wasn't a little kid. So what exactly is your problem? So he could have
Well,
come out of that conservatorship. His agents, his lawyers, his whatever, because clearly he had a sports agent. What they had him all these years that he played in the NFL and they had
yes.
him under control.
That's what I was saying earlier. Is I don't understand why he was in it for so long.
So now
he said he was tricked.
He was tricked into what? He didn't watch the freaking
conservatorship.
movie?
Well, the
But I
movie's
mean,
not going to tell him that he
maybe he
needs
was
legal
tricked in the
advice.
beginning. Maybe he was tricked
Excuse
in
me.
the beginning.
If he
But
saw the movie, and I'm guessing he did, because he went on all these shows with them afterwards in the pictures and everything. So he seemed all in. And also, before these people did the movie and to make this story, they took him in.
yeah, and he did say, I know that after the movie came out, he did say that a lot of the things in the movie were not true about him. Like for example, he was not illiterate, and he was not like slow in school and what it
He didn't. They didn't say he was slow in school. They said he wasn't doing school, so he helped them pass the GED.
Or yeah, but he was something about his learning, the way he like. I want to say that the movie.
They helped him pass the GED. A GED
Yeah.
is not so easy to pass, and he had to do that to go to college. So those things have to be true. Now, did they do it in a dramatic way because it's a movie with
Yes.
dramatic license? Probably, because they needed to do that. Did it happen exactly the same way? No, but the facts may have been correct.
So Nick, do you
So-
care?
Yeah, and are you aware?
I was not aware, but honestly, like I hated that movie anyway. I feel bad. I feel bad for the dude, but I could not care less.
So how do you feel about people saying that Sandra Bullock should have her Oscar revoked?
What's that
In
got to
light
do
of
with the
this
price
news.
of eggs?
So
I agree with you, Lucy. I don't think she should have her Oscar revoked for this. I do think
No.
she should have her Oscar revoked for personal reasons.
I do not think she'd have her Oscar revoked because it's like taking away a Christmas gift. You're not gonna Indian gift. Sorry, you're not gonna. The Academy does not have the right to take back awards that they've given over a year ago. Let's say, like the Will Smith having his Oscar revoked for slapping the crap
Yeah, if he gets
out
to
of
keep
Will,
his Oscar.
even though he probably deserved it in Will's opinion, which we as the Kathryn Dunn Show do not share the opinions of the people that we make fun of. We just make fun of them because we like to make fun of people because we're comedians and improvisers.
And we fact check on Facebook and Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah,
No, thank you.
we get our medical advice. So if you have any medical questions, message us.
I don't
We
know.
will
but I've watched
find the
many soap
episode
operas
that
before
will fix
Grey's
your
Anatomy.
problem.
Many soap operas before Grey's Anatomy, so I really know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like if you have a problem with an evil twin or like a complete facial reconstruction or like a living doll that you match.
People
isn't it
die
doctor when
and
she
come
was
back.
born?
Somebody coming back from the dead.
Back from the dead, come back a different size and weight and shape and everything. You got it. Your eyes were
I do
blue
wanna
and now
say-
they're brown. No problem.
Yeah, I do want to say that I think 10 years is a really long time for Will to not be allowed back at the Oscars. I also think it was so wrong of him to slap Chris Rock. I don't know how to feel, but I also don't know how to feel considering other things that have happened at the Oscars that there should have been repercussions and there weren't.
Well,
That is the opinion of Kathryn Dunn.
my
Not the
opinion,
Kathryn Dunn show.
my personal opinion is that he did not deserve to get well, okay, maybe he did deserve to get slapped, but he should not have gotten slapped because
He deserved to get slapped.
But
You think?
I absolutely think that there was a lot of things on that show that I thought were like, okay, you're all going over the line. What are you, Ricky Gervais?
Okay,
and that was one of those comments.
But my
and
thing
it was the
is,
Oscars. It was not Ricky Gervais.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lucy the Instigator has emerged again.
Okay, my thing is,
Chris Rock, if you are one of our 4 watchers, I want you to know I don't believe you should get slapped. But go on.
So Chris Rock is.
It was totally inappropriate.
That's okay.
Look,
the reason I say that
right now, please like and retweet and share this video with your 100,000 plus followers.
Yeah, Chris Rock
the
and
reason,
Will Smith, please like and
the reason I think
subscribe.
the reason I think it was wrong, and I'm going to say this again, is Chris Rock put a movie out there all about Black women's hair.
Yes, he did know better. He absolutely knew better, and he probably shouldn't
So,
have,
So why are you discussing a Black woman's hair when you had a whole book and a movie out there?
Okay, so
it was wrong. I don't think he should have been slapped wrong.
Okay,
he should have been slapped. He should have been slapped after the fact, not on stage.
And then to say, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth,"
because that's how mad he got. Which
I get it.
Listen.
I also did think
wrong.
that she was not well that day. Like when I saw them walking, I'm like, "Oh, they look sick." you know?
Whatever it was, I don't think it was appropriate for him to say it, and I certainly don't think it was appropriate for Will to get up there and slap him. Do
Yeah.
I believe
I
he
think-
deserved the slap? Yes.
I think our friend
Okay.
Mr. Prater has a
Yes,
has a
patiently.
thought on the matter, or
Do
he's
you care, and were you
That or
aware?
he's using non-improv guns to shoot.
No,
his
I'm actually
opinions into there.
waiting to finish my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hear
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so my personal opinion is,
which is not the Kathryn Dunn show's opinion.
which is not
It
the
might be.
opinion of anybody on the Kathryn Dunn show or anybody on the Kathryn Dunn show. It is my personal opinion. What my personal opinion is that he should not have gotten slapped. Chris Rock is Chris Rock. Chris Rock did what he does. That I think that was expected. Like they should have expected that from Chris Rock. And before Will Smith went up to do what he did before Will Smith went up to do what he did to Chris Rock, whenever Chris Rock made the joke, you could clearly see Will Smith laughing his butt off until he looked over at his wife, who was clearly upset. Then he gets up and goes over to Chris Rock and smacks the crap out of him. So that's why I think Will Smith only did it to save face.
He did it because it hurt his wife.
That's what I'm
hurt her.
saying. But it hurt his wife. But
And she wasn't in any movie. She's not up for any awards. She's just there as his guest.
But Will
Why are
Smith
you picking on her?
Will Smith laughed. See, he laughed.
He had to. They laugh. Listen, they always pan to them when they make a joke about them, and they have to laugh whether they like it or not, because they have to show that they're, like in good humor
cool.
and whatever, that they're cool. So that's why he did that. I don't know that he believed it was funny. I just know that he probably had to do that. Okay.
So like
then
he
when
didn't
he
even
looked
hear
over
it,
and
he
realized,
laughed and then he processed it.
right. And then when he saw the expression on her face, but my thing is, the question wasn't, the question was, did he deserve the slap? Yes, he deserved the slap.
He probably did. But what I'm saying
He
is,
deserved it because it was so rude. It was so like, you've written this whole
Other thing
freaking
that I would have
movie about.
accepted.
I mean, Chris Rock is Chris Rock. He does those.
He's not Ricky Gervais. He does not. He does not do those kind of jokes.
Look, Ricky Gervais is trying. So Chris Rock was trying to be Ricky Gervais, who was really trying to be Don Rickles.
Okay.
Ricky Gervais is like the Diet Coke of Don Rickles.
Okay.
And you know who Don Rickles is, right? The
Absolutely.
The greatest insult comic of all times. It is an honor to be insulted by Don Rickles.
Exactly. But that's different. You knew that
Right.
that was his humor. He went out there and he did it. It's like Joan Rivers did the same thing. So they were very similar in that way. And you know
Right.
that is their humor. Chris Rock is a clean comic for the most part.
Yeah.
Have you
We took
heard
the-
him?
I think we took the Jersey Turnpike on this one.
Didn't
Yes, we are off the rails. Yeah, because this isn't current events, but it is important. Fair enough. All right. Are you aware and do you care that Usher, yeah, I know you care about this, and Keke Palmer, do you know where I'm going?
No, I don't.
Have released Boyfriend in the wake of her relationship ending with a person who had opinions about how she should dress in public.
I did not know this, and it is really, really hard for me to give more than a quarter of a crap on this.
Wow.
Not even a half crap, like a quarter.
Wow.
All right. All right. And that was Are You Aware and Do You Care? Unless anybody has anything else. No. All right. So I wanted to transition into uplifting animal news, but I'm not gonna because this is sad. Are you aware, and before we move on, do you care that Lolita has passed?
Which one was that? Oh, the whale?
Yeah.
Yes. The one in the
Yes.
Miami Seaquarium who was going to be released soon. Sepsis,
Yes.
I believe, is what got
Yes.
Poor girl.
That is such a crazy twist on that story.
Yeah, I
'Cause,
heard
I mean,
it was.
that whale was about to be
Honestly.
free, and then
Yeah.
that was like the last thing you expected to hear. And it's just
Yeah.
really, it's shocking.
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't
Honestly.
going to be free. It was going to be in a sea pen. Still,
Outside.
What is that? Anyway,
That's
You
it's
can't
a-
listen. 50 years under captivity. How do you think she was going to make it in the wild? Give me a break.
yeah, it's a
okay.
pen in the sea. It's still
So it's
being like,
giving her more freedom, but she's not
Right.
gonna be free.
And
She would have had
hopefully her
access to
mother-
nature, and then
Yeah.
they would
Right.
have monitored how is she
Yeah.
adapting to nature,
Right.
how are
Yeah.
are her instincts kicking in? Can she survive?
Yeah.
Look,
I saw
Okay.
something that has to do with this, but I don't think it was her. It was about some orca or some whale that they found birds in the bottom of the pen in her wherever they're keeping this orca, and they're like, well, how? We're not feeding her birds, we're feeding her fish. And they have a picture of it. Again, my source of news is Facebook, just so we're clear.
This could have been
But they have a
meme.
picture, but we have a picture of it, okay? But there's a picture, it could be produced. But here's what they're suggesting that she did is she would eat the fish and she'd throw out the fish to leave little remnants for the fish to come, for the birds to come get them. And then,
Oh my
Wow.
goodness, she's a little fisherman.
yes.
Oh my
So-
gosh, like chicken.
So
out of
if that's
fish.
true, that's like, whoa.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Orcas are
That's-
smart like that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
Yeah.
they take
Smart.
So
they pick up traits.
Animals are
Yeah.
geniuses. We're just so stupid we don't know. That's the end of that. Like, we're just dumb. We're so dumb that we're like, these animals can't do anything. And then you see, like, I saw a bear putting a parking cone back up. Why? Why not? Because they're geniuses.
why they put up with
Oh.
us, I don't know, because we captured them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Because
yeah.
we're delicious. There's a great Dungeons and Dragons meme which says, "Always beware the dragon, for you are crunchy and taste good with ketchup."
There you go.
I prefer myself with barbecue sauce, but if a dragon wants to eat me, go right ahead. I saw so many lizards. If they wanted to eat me, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And now I think that's a good transition into Tattletales, where we all talk about our pets.
Let me talk about my mother's pet.
Uh-huh.
My mother has a cat. This cat is a biter. She treated it like a dog when she first got it because she doesn't know how to deal with cats. So this cat bites a lot, but it loves my feet. I finally got how to pet the cat. I put it in between my feet and I can pet it and it purrs
Mm.
With your feet?
Aw.
with my feet. As long as I have the cat in between my feet, so I'm petting on both sides, I can actually go to his belly now.
Mm.
And he's purring this morning. I was like, oh, look at that.
Oh, wow.
Found a way.
So
Because this
I
cat
found
won't let you.
not true. I found a way to cuddle him. I just get in his little face and I go, "Oh, you're just so cute." And then I
And
take
then he
his
bites you.
paws. And I'm like, "They're so big." And then I touch his tail. He's like, "Don't do that." And I'm like, "Oh, but I want to touch it." And then he goes,
Yeah. Yeah, he bit
He
you at
loves
that
me.
point.
"I
He
don't
loves me
remember
too,
that."
but he bites.
I just remember him
his
loving
biting,
me.
his biting is a love thing, but it's like, okay, enough with the biting.
No, he
Enough
doesn't
with the
bite me.
biting. What's with the biting? Why must there be biting?
Cats bite. It's a love thing. They're playing.
Yeah,
It's a flying saucer.
mine does that.
We've got some Tony mail.
Yeah, she just drools.
Yeah, she's a drooler. I have a very wet pussy right here. She drools. But she's perfect.
Is
Uh-huh.
she perfect?
Yeah, she's perfect. She's also a
Yeah.
fucking monster. She attacks my poor sweet dog, and she does it in psychologically damaging ways because she's a psychotic animal, but I love her. And my Trixie is soon to have hind wheels.
Oh, nice.
So
You're doing the wheel thing?
yeah.
Wow,
We
you're
went on a
doing the
walk.
wheel thing. You're going downstairs. I don't
No,
understand the
she's
wheel
not gonna.
thing.
We're gonna put it on at the bottom of the stairs and let her have her
Okay.
independence. Her front legs work right
Catherine
now. It
carries
makes
her
sense.
down the stairs.
Yeah, we're carrying her down the stairs, and I want her to be. I know that if her hind legs weren't like an unmanned rudder, she would be zooming way more. I don't know how she's gonna like squat yet. I don't know how it's gonna all work, but I don't think she likes I don't think she'd like me to carry her rear, and I think she would like the independence of the wheels. And I think I'm gonna see a young Trix again. And I also am looking into hydrotherapy because it's important to see what we can do to get her
Trix
better.
is going to go in the water?
Water. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all goes.
Trix is going to go in the water.
Well, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see.
So what's the over-under on Kathryn getting her face mauled before the cat goes in the water?
Never. My dog is an angel, a sweet angel.
Oh, it's your dog?
Yeah, no, my cat, forget it. I literally, she's like an angry balloon or an angry piñata, but like backwards. Like I have to put her in a harness on a leash when I have to bathe her. And we have video that we need to share next week of me bathing her because she was airborne, really airborne, just like an angry, clawy, balloon or piñata. It was dramatic.
By the way, Angry Clawy was the name I used to strip. It's my drag name from now on.
Yes,
it used to be Angry Chloe, but now it's gonna be Angry Clawy.
I love it. I love it. Please come to us as Angry Clawing next week.
Kathryn, you do know that if you take a cat by its back here and you hold it, it will sit.
I'll try that next time, actually, because
that's how you immobilize the cat.
I should do that to her. But she's looked at me like, "You're not my mother. Don't do that."
That's how you immobilize the cat.
All right.
Yeah, you do the Vulcan neck pinch.
Yeah, we'll try.
That's what you have to do.
Do you know how
and then I'll do the Vader.
Do you know how to immobilize me? Just put on my brakes.
Oh,
there you go.
And tickle your armpits. All right.
I appreciate the live long and prosper capacity.
Oh, nice.
I can't do that.
I can't do that.
For real?
Yeah, I can't.
Lucy, you did the wrong one.
I can't do it. I got arthritis. Enough with
so
what
you do this? Okay.
I do what I can.
Yeah. Nice. So is anybody going to tell us about their pets before we move on?
Mitzi's doing pretty well. No real news. She's just kind of hanging out and taking it easy.
Yeah, my cats too. They're just chilling, hanging out.
We bought Carrot a giant cat tree, which costs way too much money.
Oh, I need to see it. I need to see it. What is it shaped like? Or is it just big?
It's just big.
Nice. Please let us show it next week because I can't wait to see this. I love cat trees. Tony loves her little mushroom cat tree. It took her months to finally decide that she liked it. I think the feng shui was off and I rotated just slightly and she was like, yes, now I like it.
Okay. I'm hoping to go home to live cats.
You will. They'll be fine. They better be fine. Cosmos, you better be listening.
Taking care of your cats?
What's that?
Is there somebody taking care of your cats?
Yes.
Are you sure he's not taking care of your cats?
There's a lady that feeds them. There's a lady that feeds them. She lives in the building. But now John has gone back. He's finished it. He's been there. He didn't text me that they're not there, so they're still there.
No news is good news.
No news is good news. So
they'll be good. They'll be fine.
Anyway.
And now...
Ooh, that reminds me.
And the word to get started is Nivea.
That reminds me of when I was younger and Nivea was the cream to use for like everything.
When I lived in Panama, we knew a woman whose name was Nivea. She was
that reminds me that Van Halen has a song named Panama.
That reminds me that when I was little, I liked to jump to the song Jump.
That reminds me that of the video for Jump with David Lee Roth wearing those tight spandex.
That reminds me of Van Halen's song Hot for Teacher, which is really awesome.
That reminds me that was in my head almost every semester. Teachers are hot.
That reminds me of the movie Varsity Blues, which has a scene where one of the teachers is actually moonlighting as a stripper, and one of the songs that she comes out to is "Hot for Teacher."
That reminds
That
me
rem-
that Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd were in a show called Moonlighting, which was really good.
It was.
But we're not going
And
to talk about
that
it.
reminds me.
Darn it! Ah!
Actually, I got one more. That reminds
Okay.
me of a movie that I will not mention the name of that Bruce Willis made back in the
Christmas of 80
90s,
something.
80. It was right before he became famous for a trilogy of
Hard.
movies he did.
You can't say it.
I can't say, but the movie was actually filmed in and around where I live.
Oh,
That
I wanna
reminds
know
me
what
of
movie
that
it was.
particular movie is my favorite Christmas movie of all time.
And I will, after the show, I will let you know what it was.
there
we know
is
what it
an amazing, oh my God, what do they call them? There's candy in them. Advent calendars. It's not always candy, but there's an advent calendar of the tower. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I love
See
it.
that.
Yeah.
the Christmas thing. Yeah,
Hans Gruber is like just falling closer and closer to the ground as Christmas comes. So like 1, he's at the top of the tower, 25 or 24, he's at the bottom. It's so
That
cute.
That reminds me of the actor that plays Hans Gruber, plays my favorite character in the Harry Potter franchise.
Terrorists.
That reminds me, I saw him in person, I think. And that was pretty cool.
Was he really as nice as they say he is in real life?
Oh, I didn't meet him. I just like
Oh.
this was before I worked in any capacity, and I just was driving. I was like, oh look, that's Professor Snape.
Hmm.
Could have been Daniel Day-Lewis. I don't even know. I'm kidding. It wasn't.
Severus Snape.
And now it's time for
What now?
where we bring you a completely random and anonymous couple's gripes and we ask you to settle it. Now, remember, there's no right or wrong. Yes, they might be watching, but don't worry because we don't know who they are at all. And then, again, no right or wrong, but whose fucking side are you on? All right. And now from the mailbag. Anybody got anything from the mailbag?
Show me the mailbag again.
Right here. This is the mailbag.
Oh, it's to your left. It's to your left.
Oh yes, no, this is the mailbag that we have.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I'll be reading some mail out of it. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one.
Hold it up so they can.
Okay.
There you
Let
go.
me open it up.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, look at
Opening.
that handwriting.
that's a
That
big
Yeah.
letter.
is a giant letter.
Yeah.
That handwriting is terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So do
Okay,
you
so
want
what
to
does
read
it say?
or should I?
No, go for it.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. So I came home to a bunch of toilet paper rolls in the bathroom. Explain that. So vague.
Maybe there was a selling toilet paper.
Sounds about right.
Let me ask you something else. What else did you come home to?
This is not me, but there is a PS.
We can name these couple number 1 and number 2.
Okay, so couple number one that came home to the empty paper rolls. What else did couple number one come back to?
Well, there's a
Couple is
list
a
of
person.
things.
Oh, really?
What?
I said, oh, really? That's surprising.
Yeah, it appears that the kitchen is lacking clutter. Many things have been stored vaguely, barely labeled, but are no longer making a mess. And let's see what
I have one question on this one,
That
other than
sounds
the
like
question
the-
I already asked. Is there a path through the house?
Oh wait, hold on. We just got another
That sounds
letter.
like the work
Actually,
of
hold
a
on.
saint.
Let's read this
Oh, it's
new
another-
letter.
Yeah, that's
Another
a.
one. Wow.
And Nick,
I
go
think that
back
one's
to,
about the path. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with this.
So this new letter, which is
Wait, you
totally
saw the
less
floor?
vague.
Uh,
Okay. So hypothetically, if the neighbors constantly throw garbage onto your floor and I'm gonna read it the way it's written. Ready? So dear TKDS, my neighbors are terrible. They have urine-soaked towels and all sorts of garbage that comes onto my floor. I would really love it if somebody would help me put a barrier up, but someone thinks it's a bad idea to do something so strange.
Is that the same neighbors that have to walk down a staircase that has a cat litter box out there with the stench of a cat litter box?
That's correct. I believe so.
So it's possible they believe. So they believe that that's a place where urine goes, because shit apparently has no problem being there.
No, I don't think you understood the letter. The neighbors are a
No.
huge
I
problem.
understood the letter. And I wanted to clarify the space they were throwing it to.
Right. I
Because
think
the space
yes,
they are
exactly.
throwing it to might be in response to the stench that they walk through.
No, it's not. They're actually
No,
just
they're
animals.
creating the stench.
Oh, they're creating the
Yeah,
stench.
Yeah.
there was no actual litter smell. There was a litter box because there's a cat in this letter. Totally, it's all the information's in this letter. There is a cat that does go out there, so there is a litter box, so the cat goes in the litter box.
No,
And the
number
litter box
one,
gets cleaned all the time.
And it's clean right now and inaccessible.
yeah. Number one wants to clean, and this is a different couple.
Letter?
Clearly, because
Yeah,
it's a different
different.
piece of paper.
Come on.
Number one wants to go outside of their apartment and make some kind of dirt catcher for the people that live above number one and catch their filth and do something with it. I don't know.
It would. It says here that it just should redirect back to their filthy fucking floor.
Yeah, well, I think that's the landlord's responsibility.
It also
Landlord.
says the landlord's been informed and
Yeah.
does not give a shit.
That's a 311 and a landlord thing.
Oh, and it says something here about this is basically the Wild West.
Okay.
very
for
long
that little
letter.
guy.
No, I'm living in the Wild West as we speak.
Wait,
what?
hold on. I'm
Florida.
confused. So the person who wrote the letter is complaining about neighbors, and the neighbors put dirty towels in the hallway?
Exactly. I read
Correct. And
that.
they sweep from the third floor onto the second floor, all of their
How do
garbage.
the
Instead of
neighbors-
into a dustpan, they just sweep it onto the second floor. So person number whatever would like to just put like nothing, like either tape or a tarp or something that just covers that little,
The space
Well, can-
between the stairs and the floor, the landing.
I think that the person that wrote the letter should get this on video, and they should use it as evidence, and they should call the police.
I want to know how the neighbors got into the house. Is what I want to know.
No,
I
there's
wanna know why they
a
haven't been
common
evicted,
area.
yes.
There's a common staircase.
Okay.
So the
And-
third floor customer or couple sweeps all their trash down off the edge and it lands on the second floor landing.
Oh, okay.
And it's
Okay.
filth, bugs, whatever, just everything from their house.
Do we know if the person that
Oh.
wrote the letter has talked to the landlord?
yes, they have.
Oh.
And then
what
the
did the
landlord said,
landlord
"What do you want me to do? She's crazy." It's right
Oh.
here on the
Yeah.
back of it. It says, "What do you want
That's
me to
what
do?"
this
She's
says.
crazy."
Yeah.
Is that how the landlord speaks?
might have a different
I
accent.
can't read tone from this, but I believe it's a completely
Yeah.
different accent. Like
It's
my
a
mother
different
said.
accent.
Okay.
And does the landlord live upstairs? Is the landlord sweeping the things onto the second
The
floor?
landlord has nothing to do with the building because it should be condemned.
Oh, okay.
Definitely. Thus the path.
I mean,
And the-
that's what it says right here on the letter.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, if the landlord isn't doing something, either call the police or they should do something themselves. Why don't
There's
why don't
Right,
they
something
like
come-
here
put a
called-
little something.
They should
Yeah.
call them. They should call the mayor.
yeah.
and
I
say-
still think the second floor should clean the area first before they complain about
The
others
second floor
making
actually
dirt.
has cleaned the area and
Oh,
then
the
put
second
tarps
floor
over
does.
it.
and mops and like,
Yeah.
sprays, and then like
Uh,
2 or 3 days later it gets like trashed again.
Dusty. Like
The
literal
worst.
cat food
Has the
cans.
person that wrote the letter actually said to the people that live upstairs, "Can you not do that?"
Yes.
Or better yet, not the mayor. They should get.
The
They should.
president.
They should get it. They should bring in FEMA. That's what they should
Yeah.
do.
These
Yeah.
are all completely reasonable solutions. Thank you. I do think that taping a little tarp there is the answer, and I'm glad that we all agree. Thank you.
taping a tarp would work, maybe.
Yeah. And now for something we totally planned. That's right. Here's a play.
So, I'm gonna just like blow this place up.
You gonna blow it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna blow it up on social media so people come here and they like to
Yeah.
use it.
That's what I was gonna. Are you gonna actually blow it up, or is it gonna blow up like boom, like be very like a viral thing, like
It's gonna
Yeah.
look like a viral thing, man. This place is the Stones. They have
Okay, 5 days later, hey, I saw this on social media and I totally wanted to check this place out. It looks really cool.
Man, there's so many people here. I don't know what
I
to
know.
do.
7 days later.
What do you mean I can't get in because it's full to capacity?
Wow, this DJ is awesome.
I want to go in and see the DJ. That's my friend.
I'm standing. I've been in this line for 3 days now, and I can't get in.
Wow, this place has changed.
7 days later after that. Isn't that club on 17th Street that we really liked?
Oh
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
No, don't go there. No, everybody stop. 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 I want my club back.
Hey, everybody, let's leave this place and go to the other place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's go to Club Daylight down the corner.
No. Ah.
Hey,
And
hey,
that's
Muppet.
why you shouldn't
Yeah.
plug things you like on social media.
There
Or
was
you just say,
actually really brief. Taylor Swift showed up at a restaurant in New Jersey yesterday, and like a half hour later, there was like a crowd of people took over the place.
Wow.
Were you aware of this, Nick?
No.
Also, Taylor Swift has been spotted somewhere on Long Island because there's a wedding coming up. I don't know whose wedding, but they were saying
It was a wedding. They saw it yesterday, again on my favorite news source. And she had to go in the back door
wow.
of the
Was
church
it-
so she didn't draw attention.
Yeah,
Was it her
she could
best
be a
So
friend?
person.
Was it her best friend or
It was somebody getting married that she wanted to go to the wedding, but she couldn't go in the front door because they were waiting for her. So she went in the back
Yeah,
door and somebody got a
yeah.
glimpse of it.
That's got to be so annoying. Like being
It has
famous
to be.
and everywhere
It
you
has
go,
to
there's
be.
a huge crowd.
Yes.
I know, and I mean, I dread the day that I become famous. I mean, that's gonna be so hectic, you know.
No, there's no privacy. Come on. There's something not so great about it.
Yeah.
Look,
It is
Oh.
terrible, but I don't care. I welcome it. Like I've seen
Really?
it. I understand it. I want it.
I mean, there's gonna
So
be
you need
so
to have
many-
tons of security just to be able to enter your own house.
there's
I
gonna be
literally
so-
already want tons of security to enter my own house.
I mean,
there's
she
gonna be
does
so
live in
many
New York.
women just throwing themselves at me. I mean, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
not
I'm gonna
so
get
great.
weird letters, birthday letters, strange
Not great.
dolls.
It's gonna have to.
I'd rather be filthy rich and nobody knew who I am than somebody who's famous and everybody's in my business.
I'm into that too. I mean, really, for me, it's the power part of having either all of the money or all of the fame, because I would use it to promote things like Woodstock Farm Sanctuary, Alveus, and all of the others.
You don't have to promote it. You can just subsidize it.
I would do all of it. I would do all of the things that I could.
Why
That's the
not
whole
Make
both?
thing.
those.
I would give all my money to all the shelters and all the you know the what do you call them?
You can do all of that
Rehab,
without being out there to
sanctuaries.
speak about it.
Sanctuaries, yes.
But you could. The point is, with that kind of money, you can do all of that without advertising it, because
Right.
then then it becomes a selfish act, as
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
it's about me then, not about what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
No,
I
I'm not
totally
saying I
agree.
would want people to be like, oh, look at that compassionate person. I'm saying I would want to like Joaquin Phoenix, like, hey, thanks for this Oscar. Save the fucking cows.
I think that Taylor Swift should have like 9 doubles just to confuse people. You know, just
probably does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would like.
And then 5 years from now, there's going to be a great conspiracy theory that one of her doubles is the real Taylor Swift, just like Avril Lavigne. We know it's not you, Avril.
Like I want to be honest, and this is true. Like I would, if let's just say that by chance I ever became rich and famous, I would want to be like, well, which I mean, I aspire to be like him now, even now, but Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
He does so many good things without people knowing, and I try to do the same. Like I you know, I mean, I don't.
Dolly.
He's saying that,
or
but his
brag
publicists
about what
put
I
it out
do.
there.
But
He doesn't
like,
brag about it. His publicists do.
Yeah.
But I mean,
My favorite thing, my two
Like,
favorite
for
things about
example-
Keanu Reeves that he did.
I'm sorry.
My two favorite things about Keanu Reeves that he did recently was he went to the French Laundry, which is a very famous restaurant in San Diego,
Hmm.
and he called the maitre d' over and said, "How much is what's the entire total of all the checks for everybody having dinner today?"
Oh my God.
And he like, "Great, here's my black card."
Yeah, see, I would do that. I would do that stuff all the time, and I mean, I would do it anonymously because like I would. I mean, but even now, that's the type of person I am
But that
now.
wasn't anonymous.
Well,
He
I mean, until whoever leaked, told, until it got out, it was anonymous. So I think.
Right. And then the other one that he did was he was on the subway going to a shoot in New York, and there was like this simple politeness, but he literally like he gave his seat on the subway to an old lady who's like, "My stop is down the street," and she's like, and he was like, "Yeah, but my mother raised me to if there's an old boy, you know."
And he always takes the subway. He never has like, you know, he doesn't have like fancy. I think he has like motorcycles, like really expensive motorcycles.
Yeah, he has two kinds.
He doesn't have drivers, you know, that kind of stuff, like personal drivers. He takes the subway and all that. So yeah, or the bus.
Or makes sense.
He loves the subway. Like he loves the subway. He loves Uber randomly. Like he'll just call it Uber.
Yeah, he just,
And like not even an Uber black.
No, this is yeah.
Ride share.
While we're talking about celebrities doing cool things, Margot Robbie, someone wanted her autograph, and the person who wanted her autograph uses sign language, and Margot Robbie speaks sign language. So it was just kind of a cool moment where it just kind of blew the fans' mind, and they started, you know, signing. Yeah, that was neat.
I
I think it's neat that she knows sign language.
Yeah.
Cameron Manheim also knows sign language, I believe. I believe that's kind of how she started. Because, you know, they needed actors that also knew sign language. And then you can learn sign language apparently for free, is what she said. So look up free sign language. Yeah.
There's an ASL place nearby where I live.
I know the alphabet, and I used it with my friend to just. So her last name was with a C, my last name was with a D. They would always have us seated on day one together, like not together, but next to each other because it's alphabetical. But by like day 2 or 3, they tried to put us across the room. So we're like, well, time to sign, and we would just do sign language to each other. We were hated, but I love that we were hated by our teachers. All right, guys, and now it's time for.
On this day in history, nothing was solved.
With Macapazzi.
On this day in 1920, there was a meeting in Canton, Ohio, and the National Football League was formed, and nothing was solved.
Yay!
Really?
You wanna-
That was today, 1920?
1920. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. That's good to know.
Yeah.
And let's do a quick Ask Mom. With
Lucy, have you ever drank strawberry milk, and what do you think?
I have drank strawberry milk. It was fine. I like strawberry.
have you tried tequila
I don't
roses
think
yet?
No, I gotta do that though.
Look while you're here.
I know. I have to do that. I have to bring that back with me actually. Because I like my tequila.
What do you think of Bull, really?
Bull the drink?
No, Bull,
I told you.
If you were going to drink that represents bull, what would you put in it? An alcoholic, or actually, it doesn't have to be alcoholic, a beverage that is signature bull, what would you put in it?
That's a great get-to-know-you question.
Right? Like, what's your signature drink? Mine would probably have grenadine, because I definitely grew up on Shirley Temple. And I also want to know what you would put in my drink.
Arsenic.
Arsenic and/or Old Green.
Yeah, I'm not the one drinking it, it's a signature cocktail, but okay.
Arsenic.
All right. Jonestown.
That would be Kool-Aid. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what I would put in Bull's drink. Maybe he's already drank the Kool-Aid for all I know.
Lucy, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Yes, it is. And anyone who says otherwise is wrong. That is the opinion of this panelist, that was the Kathryn Dunn show.
Didn't it take place during Christmas? It was a Christmas celebration. So yeah, works for me.
Hey Lucy, if you were an assassin, what would be your way of murdering any panelist on this panel?
Let's go back to the arsenic. I like slow.
You really think you'd be a poison killer?
I don't know. I don't think I could do anything else. I don't like blood.
Oh, fair. Now, what
I don't like destruction. I don't like destruction, so I wouldn't like blow things up. I don't like blood. Yeah, no.
And what profile type MO killer type would you give up?
Ooh, that's a
You?
With me, I really want to know about me, but I made it for everyone.
You would go with the knife.
You think I'm so stabby?
Well, yeah, because I've seen you stand outside my room with a knife.
You don't need to stab a person once, twice, 47 times, and they just never get over it.
She's reminded me of that dozens of times.
Well, she likes the knife.
Knife.
It's easy. Yeah. But she'll only do one hit. I saw yesterday a thing on 2020 or whatever Dateline that makes it kind of easy. There was a woman who got convicted actually, but her boyfriend was very, very abusive, and she's got back and forth with it. But she had a knife like this, and it was only one stab right to the neck, but she got the right artery. And he could have, very well, he could have walked into it easily, because he was a bad guy.
I believe you did
well
walk
done.
into it. Every single
I do too. I do. But this was not
into my
this was
knife.
just one.
You walked into
This
my
was just
knife
one.
47 times.
I love that. That was one of my favorite lines in that movie, in that song. Yeah. I love that. I did it 10 times. That'd be
I have a silly question.
Yay!
So just hopping off the Die Hard Christmas movie question.
Yeah.
So
Stop enough next time.
would It's a Wonderful Life be a better Christmas movie if there were hostages and terrorists?
Oh yes, 100%. Yes.
No, different time,
Right
different
now, for an
movie,
opening
different
action.
story. Different time, different life, different story.
Oh no. That's
So would it be Hans or Bruce? Who would be the one that's like, if I was never born, this hostage situation would never happen?
Oh no, I would have to totally be like Hans Gruber. I'm gonna write this.
Yes.
That's my project for this.
No, wait a second. Actually, when Hans Gruber falls off the building, couldn't the guardian angel be there?
Check it out next week. It will be unnamed because we are promoting nothing by AFTV, but it will be written. Not written because obviously no writing, but you know, whatever. Next week, this is going to exist. And before we leave, we're going to ask Eric, what would make the world a better place?
What would make the world a better place is if everyone took their time, a little bit of time out of their day to think about themselves and do something good for themselves, because we all matter and we all need self-love, and we should give that to ourselves. So yeah.
Nice. Take a little time for some self-care. From our resident poet.
Resident poet.
Yeah. This has been the Kathryn Dunn Show. You've all been amazing. Thank you for being here. And I want to thank every single one of our so many listeners and watchers and viewers, that's the word, for being here and watching. And if you're commenting, clicking like, thank you extra. Like and subscribe. Check out Max Butsy's podcast.
Yeah, on Spotify, I have a podcast called Matt Casey Podcast. I like it. It's kind of like a deep cuts show. It's like the artists you may have heard of, but the songs not so much. So if you feel like listening to different music, check out Matt Casey Podcast on Spotify.
And you can find me on TikTok. It is Eric Prater _.
How are you?
You can find me on Twitter at NSDEV.
All right. And Mom, do you want to plug anything?
No.
All right.
Nothing to plug.
You cannot find Lucy anywhere on the internet except for here.
Exactly.
Leave her alone. She doesn't want to be famous.
Nope.
All right, guys, you've been amazing. What? Go on.
For Lucy's thoughts, the only, at the Kathryn Dunn Show, the only place where you will hear Lucy's thoughts.
Guys, basically she's plugging this show.
Basically, yeah.
No. You need to understand that I'm a tour guide, so I take people all around, and I have lots of thoughts that I have to share with them.
So you're telling me that you're going to write a book of thoughts?
Oh God, no. People have asked me that, actually. People have asked me that, just the stories and things that I've seen and whatever, and different people and how they react and whatever it is, and it's so true. People travel and do this thing.
I need to know all of them. What was the
Well, let me
weirdest
just, forget the weirdest thing, but let me just start with just one thing, and this is the truth. When Americans go overseas and when Americans travel, for some reason they leave their brain behind.
Maybe they don't have the tech to begin with.
No. They know that in their own country they can't do certain things, so why they assume they can do it in others, I don't understand.
Well, I've never been to another country, so, but I can only assume. I can only imagine.
But in Europe, you can dance. I don't know. Go on.
I'll tell this after the show.
No.
So, when me and my other siblings were growing up, we lived in Mexico for about 2 years. And we quickly discovered...
Go on.
My parents traveled up with us, so... we quickly discovered that the drinking age in Mexico was the simple phrase, I have American money. Because Mexico's economy was in the trash, and you shut up with $20 US, they would be like, oh my God, this is all the money in the world.
Have whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they don't have drinking issues probably in Mexico.
I think they also have like a really young actual legal age. Like I think 12 or something really young. I don't know it.
Let's see.
The actual age is young.
I thought it was like 14 or 16.
Might be
I
right.
learned to do this way. In Europe and Greece, for example, southern Mediterranean, they don't really have a drinking age.
Yeah.
No, there is. It's on paper somewhere. Nobody listens, but it's on. It one exists.
Are you sure?
Yes. No.
Because you're assuming. I'm telling you that that's not the case.
All right. Well, unless someone Googled it just now, you can find out next week if there is a legal drinking age in parts of Europe or
Southern Mediterranean.
In Mexico, you're considered a legal adult at 18.
But what adult is one thing, drinking age is a different thing.
Because we're
Legal
legal
adult's a whole different thing.
here, and you can't drink until 21.
Yeah,
Legal
exactly.
adult is a whole different thing. Didn't say legal adult.
And like legal adult might be whatever, but
Same thing.
extent is
Same
different.
thing. The minimum legal drinking age in Mexico is 18.
Like in the U.S., it used to be 18, but now it's, I don't know when they changed it, but it used to be 18. But
In the 80s.
25.
the 80s.
In the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah. They should have made it 25. They should make it 25. They should make legal adult 25. Like nobody knows anything until 25. They still don't know anything. All right. This has been the Kathryn Dunn Show. You've all been amazing. Thank you, and check you out next week.
Bye.
Before we go, about the legal drinking age in Greece.
Okay. Greece is strict is Greece strict now. Official drinking age is 18 in public. And you have to be 18 to buy alcohol, which is bullshit. But Greece is one of those countries in which anyone below 17 can actually drink alcohol as long as their parents are around and have their permission.
Well, I was 13. Nobody was checking IDs.
Yes.